So there are 8 important ingredients of any case study competition which we need to be focused on. And these are your right on your slides, which you can see. We will go logically one by one. uh, the right thing is like having the talent right, like in your team, whether you have the right skills, right capability. Are you able to get those people? Like, let's say if I'm very good with PPT skill, can I get somebody in my team who is really good with Excel, with storyboarding? Can somebody bring insights? Can somebody do the market research? The team should be mixed of lot of skills and capability. Second thing, like, do not directly jump onto the conclusion. Do not directly try to solve a problem. Try to understand the ask. What is the audience? Who is the audience? What is going to be context for the same? After all this, it's really important that you know the data and the facts. So only by making a statement will sound like a gyan. However, statement backed up with data and facts will be a really comprehensive way to put your argument front. Now it's really important to ask your questions, right? I mean, you need to ask questions. You need to prepare hypothesis. So the questions you can ask, like in between your teams, the question, once you are, let's say, solving a case live, you need to ask questions to your moderator, and that's because asking more and more questions will make it easier to go about. Now, all these things won't matter, right? If you're not able to logically structure your thought, I mean, sequentially, what should come one after another, it's really important. Now, nobody likes text, right? I mean, we love video, we love pictures. So you need to think visually. So storyboarding is as good as filmmaking, right? It's kind of cinematography. So whatever ingredients you have, you need to kind of put it right in terms of storyboarding, and you need to put it visually. I mean, are you able to articulate with less? Are you able to just pass on through your message? Now it's really important. I mean, whatever solutions you're presenting, you need to make connections with the audience, right? I mean, you need to be very interesting. So if you're not interesting, if you're boring, people will go out, right? I mean, there is plenty of, I mean, case studies would be there. There is plenty of teams would be there, and they would be interested in something else. Now, in the end, details do matter. How to put in details, we'll talk in detail today. Like the details should be put into the appendix, it should be put in somewhere else, but it's really important to put in all those details. So these are the 8 ingredients before just thinking about any type of case studies competition, right? I mean, we need to prep for all these 8 things. Now, it's important, right? So we are not just talking about case studies today, right? We are also talking about problem solving. So just not look at like from case study perspective, any kind of problem, right? These are the 8 ingredients you're going to need to have that so that you are able to go forward. Now, how you're going to apply it, right? I mean, what unique framework, like structurally putting some stencil to it, how you're going to do it. So there is, let me just edit few people who are waiting in the room. So I just done that. Now, yeah, we can go ahead. So there is a structured OCHS framework, and we'll get to know more about it now. So basically, O stands for objective, right? So whenever any case is coming in front of you, it's really important to understand what is the ask. So there is a very famous saying: if you have 100 minutes, 95 minutes you should be spending it asking the nice. So it's really important to understand the ask. It's really important to divide the ask into multiple trends, right? I mean, that is case solving 101. If there is any very complex problem in front of you, you are just going to break that complex problem into multiple tracks. Now you're going to solve those smaller tracks. Now you're going to integrate it, and that will be the solution out of it. So O is your just objective part of it. Now comes the complexity. So you need to understand what is the complexity of my task. If you're not able to understand the complexity, you won't be able to differentiate your case study solution. So you understood the objective, you also understood the complexity, and that's when you can differentiate your solutions with your peers, with other competitors. Now you have O, you have C. Let's say I know the objective, I know the differentiating factor, I know all the details behind it. Now I need to put forth some basic solution, right? 3 or 4 solutions which I can think through. Those solutions will act as my hypothesis, and that hypothesis
As
I
we
keep
lost you in the
having.
middle, can you just repeat your last line?
Sure. Let me add people as well.
Okay.
Just I think people keep on joining. Yeah. So once I have the objective and I know the complexity, it's important to create hypothesis. This hypothesis just your ideas, right? I mean, let's say there is some problem in front of me. I know all the background. On the basis of background, what are the 8 to 10 ideas which I can think through to solve that problem? So that's your hypothesis. And in final, at the end part will be your S. That is nothing but your solution. So solutions inform a structured storyboard, and that's when you're going to lay out your solutioning, lay out your ideas, and that's when you can just say that okay, what you have done and what you want to put forth for your, I mean, moderator or for the reader. So these are the 4 tracks which we should be having in mind, and then only we can approach it. So we understood the ingredients, like what are the 8 things which is required. Now we understand the framework, right? So we have the team right, we have the thinking right, and we have the framework right. So let's try to apply this framework live. So, hi, Mansi, yes, and say a very good afternoon to all 3 of you.
Hello, Vikas.
Hey. So I mean, the problem is really simple. So let's say let's assume there is firm like Tata Motors. Okay, so Tata Motors is basically into the traditional automobile sales, right? I mean, they're focusing on the traditional vehicles, not much into electric mobility and all that. And recently, if you see their market capitalization as well as the sales of their vehicles is going down. Now, let's say if Tata Motors want to reposition themselves as number 1 player in the Indian subcontinent, what they should need to do. So, what all steps which they can take, and how they can go ahead about it. So, like we just learned about the ingredients and the OCHS. So, I assume that this is the right team I have, the 3 people team. And now with this right team, I am going to go ahead. So, Yash, if just I ask, what is the what you will put in the objective? So, are you able to understand the ask, or do you have any more questions?
No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not clear with the question. So,
Okay. So there is Tata Motors who are into traditional.
Hello, Vikas. Can you please explain the question once more?
Sure. So there is Tata Motors who is into traditional vehicle sales, not much into electric mobility, electric vehicles, or any other kind of, I mean, new innovations. Their market share is declining, and they are not in the top 2 in Indian subcontinent. So what steps they can take so that they can be number 1 or number 2 in the Indian subcontinent? So that's what the ask is. So yes, you want to go ahead with like objective, what objective you have. I mean, what you are able to understand regarding the objective.
yeah. So because what I could understand is there is some problem with their planning, or maybe the approach they are following, why they are not able to move to electric vehicles and are just stuck with the traditional vehicles. So why not they able to compare with other companies? Is it just their reluctance to adopt some new technology, or is it some other factors?
Okay. So the problem you highlighted was more related with Tata Motors, right? I mean, is there something else, Mansi, you want to cover which yes did not covered?
Uh, so maybe we will also analyze what the competitors are doing and what is the reason.
Mansi, you'll have to speak closer to your mic. You are not very audible.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So we will probably also analyze what the competitors are doing and also figure out the reason why there's a decline in our market share and revenue.
Right. So we are looking internally into Tata Motors. We are looking at competitors, right? Shreya, anything else which we should be adding to the objective, which we, I mean, which try to, so that our ask can be more and more clear?
I think that the main objective of this whole problem is to be the market, to gain more market share and to be the number 1 and have more revenue. So this is the main objective based on the problems that we are facing currently.
Right. And also, so 3 problems, right, which you guys highlighted. There is a little bit more as well, right? So there is industry degrowth in general, right? If you look at the automobile sector, so there is industry degrowth as well. And also with COVID, this automobile is kind of a luxury product. I mean, people are going for it, but they are going for it in very less. And approximately there is decline of minus 30% of the market capitalization since March, since the COVID appeared. And also there is some lack of innovation. Yes, your internal point, correct, in the fast mobility ecosystem. So these are the like kind of objectives. So what we have in terms of complexity. So let's say if they want to formalize the strategy going forward, what are the challenges, what are the complexities they are going to face? Starting with you, Shrey, do you think like what can be the complexities which they can face? Your points, I mean, whatever comes to your mind.
I feel that the business model on which ABC Motors is operating currently is more traditional, and they have to change their business model to be more of have innovation, and so that they can have increase in the market share and the revenue.
Right. I mean, the change in their model, right? This is a very good point. Hold on to that thought. Yes, anything which you want to add more on the challenges and complexity, if for formalizing a hypothesis or ideas? Yes, you
Uh,
there?
Yeah, I'm just thinking
Yeah,
about.
nothing as much, but I believe that there is, yeah,
Please go ahead.
hello.
Yeah, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Yeah,
Please
so
go ahead.
I just, yeah, just wanted to add that there might be some kind of technical issues with them, or something like they are not as comparable to other companies in terms of technology they are using.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
that might be one of the issues.
correct. So their operating model, the technology they are invested in, they're the two challenges, right? Apart from the objective. Anything to add, Mansi here? What
uh,
Yash and Ray suggested?
I think the problem statement states that they are a player with limited innovation, so probably investing in research and development and hence innovation can be
Right, right.
one
So
thing.
correct. So investing into that is kind of a hypothesis, right? So that's
Yeah.
the difference. So like challenges, like you rightly pointed, the challenge is the lack of, the you can say appetite for investing more. Also, apart from what you guys mentioned, so in the interest of time, we will move little faster. So in challenges, there is one thing around strong competition, right? In India, they are getting very strong competition in traditional from Maruti and others. And there is also MG Hector, Tesla, and others may foray into the Indian market big time, and it can also challenge them, right? And Hyundai, Toyota is already coming up with JAP technology. There is German automobile manufacturer. So there's a lot of strong competition, right? I mean, whatever they're gonna do can be done by others as well. There is dependence. The important point which we could not cover here is the dependence on the raw material import from China. And since all the tension, all the international tension is going on, so that's also a challenge. They're up to, like you guys rightly said, they have the suboptimal portfolio. They can think about more innovation friendly cars, or you can say automobiles. Now there is also consumer sentiment around ABC Motor. The consumer sentiment is that they are not very good maintenance, right? Whatever we think about, let's say I'm giving you an example, Maruti Suzuki. The one thing which comes to our mind is they are very good with maintenance, right? There is associated with the product. There is lack of clear roadmap. Somebody, one of you pointed out, and also, so these are kind of a challenges. Now coming to the hypothesis. So Mansi, depending upon what we have in terms of challenges, what we want to solve, what can be one or two ideas what ABC Motors can implement so that they can solve the problem? Yes, Mansi, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was on mute. So, like I mentioned, one can be a greater investment in research and development. The other one can be a stronger marketing strategy,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
yeah, they can be a little less dependent on China and try to procure raw materials from within the country.
So developing suppliers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. That's all brilliant points. Yes, anything to add from your side in the ideas or hypothesis?
Yeah, I think they can use that emotional connect. Considering the current situation, they can emphasize more on like the term vocal for local,
Hmm.
and being an Atmanirbhar company. So that might be a huge benefit for them.
Right. So Tanya, I just saw that you are raising hand. Do you also want to add into the ideas which ABC Motors can, I mean, think for? Tanya, you'll have to unmute yourself. I think you might be talking on mute. Okay, I think we lost Tanya. So Shrey, anything to add apart from what Mansi or Yash mentioned in terms of hypothesis? So our hypothesis can go right or wrong, right? I mean, just idea. It can go flat, it can fly high, it can anything. So any ideas from you apart from what has been mentioned, Shrey?
Uh, I feel that since the positioning of our brand in the consumer's mind is currently very different, so if we can change the positioning, it might help.
Right. That's also again a brilliant point, right? So branding, positioning. Some of you talks about innovation, something about investing more into R&D and all, coming up with mobility, IoT, and ride sharing. Also, somebody of you talk about promotions and schemes, right? Dealership promotion schemes. But there's one or two important points more that's around your operations part of it. I mean, internally, what they can do more, which you started with, and there is again the one thing around the supplier management, the international supplier management, getting the raw materials from some else countries as well, maybe be from Taiwan, from Vietnam, or from Korea. And also the internal supply chain, how the product will be delivered to the plant and the finished product will be delivered from the plant to the dealership, just to give you one example. Now we have a lot of ideas, right? But what I mean, and some will, if it would be a long case study session, we might have given you data and you have to do all the research and all, and then you can be negating some hypothesis and you'll be prioritizing the solution. So no solution is bad. However, you have to make a 2 by 2 list, right? Which solutions is more relevant and which solution is easy to implement. So relevance for Tata Motors and the easy to implementation for Tata Motors may make the change. However, in the interest of time, let's directly jump into the solution. So finally, I mean, so because Shrey, you were listening to your peers as well, you're listening to me as well. So what will be the one top solution which you will be sharing with Tata Motors so that they can, I mean, come out of this and they can reposition themselves as one of the prominent player in Indian subcontinent? Any one top solution?
Okay, I can see the solutions. So
Oh,
yeah. Uh, I feel that since the company is facing strong competition and it has not positioned itself in a right manner according to the current scenario, so I feel one solution can be that they should basically optimize their communication channels and their operations also.
right. So you put it very brilliantly, Shrey. So optimizing the communication channel, right? I mean, tapering it down to relevant people. Maybe let's say Generation X, Generation Y, G, and somebody whom they want to target, correct? So let's say if they're bringing into more and more innovation, they're coming with electric mobility. So there should be some target, like narrowing down the communication. That's very brilliant point, and that's resonate with point number two. Mansi, any one thing which you want to add? I mean, you're any thinking like which the ABC Motors slash Tata Motors can do,
So
or
Vikas, some of the comments that we've got on the chat, I think are quite good. Just to add a few points here, and you can tell whether they
yes,
are or not. So maybe more features at a good price, and also
hmm,
something like customization or
hmm,
awareness of the product and scientific temperament of our society. Service
hmm,
Servicing is a concern when it comes to Tata Motors. So many
hmm.
customers, they choose a brand based on the service network, and which is not that well built for Tata Motors. I feel someone has written that, and then
Actually, very brilliant point, Sonati. So, like, if you'll see my point number one, because you're selling your cars in India right now. So,
yes,
vehicles at an affordable price for Indian consumers, and the electric vehicles. I mean, the more modern vehicles, because whatever vehicles that are coming outside, they're very, I mean, costlier, right? So, but
absolutely.
I mean, like the Nano, but Nano lacked a lot of things and there were a lot of problems. But can again they try something out of it? The EV categories, can they do that? And there were some points around this innovations and all, right? IoT capabilities, for focus on mobility, focus on ride sharing. We tie up with government and military more so that they can, I mean, sell the more advanced vehicle to our military and to our government usage. So actually all these points were right. And I'm glad that people are kind of solving the case studies with us.